Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to timing burst in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM so that you can get the best burst possible. This might be the most important dribble move to know in all of MyTEAM right now, to be completely honest, is this timing burst. So I did talk about it in my dribbles tutorial, so if you already saw that, if you already know how to time burst all that stuff, then good for y'all. But I know there's a lot of people out there who don't really know what they're doing, and if y'all want to be able to dribble at a significantly higher level and not get these bad burst animations out of a lot of the bad dribble styles that are in the game right now, you need to know how to do this time burst. It's one of the most useful, maybe the most useful move that you can know right now in MyTEAM. Just going to do a quick short video. Before we hop on the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 14,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, tons and tons of MyTEAM content daily. We're like 70 subscribers away from that mark. I would love to hit it within the next couple days, so would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. But without further ado, so as y'all know, or as many of y'all probably know, the Kyrie dribble style is definitely the best dribble style in the game right now, and I would say it's honestly the only dribble style currently in MyTEAM that gives you a truly good enough burst to where this time burst doesn't matter. But Kyrie's the only person in the game that has that dribble style. Like, if you see how Steph moves out of his bursts and stuff, it's kind of like slow. It's not horrible, but it's not insane out of anything. It's not like he's running really hard out of anything or bursting out of any of his moves super hard. So you can't burst out of every single move. Like, I can't burst out of a drag back without the Kyrie dribble style the way that I want to, but there are 3 moves that you can burst out of. It's called what I call the timing burst, because you have to time the burst, and you can do it regardless of dribble style as long as you have an 86 ball handle on your player. So player that you're ball handling with has to have at least a 86 ball handle. So you're not gonna be able to do this with a lot of the big men in the game and stuff like that, even a lot of the wings who have lower ball handle ratings. But the 3 moves that you can do a time burst out of, and this is a time burst right here. This burst that I'm getting with Steph Curry, that's a much quicker burst, is the time burst that I'm talking about. This burst right here that we were saying right here, this slow burst that you'll see out of this, that is not a time burst, but you'll see this right here. This is more of a time burst, a much quicker burst, much smoother, and it allows you to create a lot more separation, a lot more space. That's what I'm talking about when I say time burst. There are 3 moves that you can trigger the time burst out of, which are number 1, your same side hezi, which I just did, which is going to literally be holding your right trigger and then pushing the right stick towards the ball hand, so you get that animation right there with Steph, but other players are gonna have different animations. The second one is a standing momentum between the legs, holding right trigger. You just go between the legs diagonally down towards the opposite ball hand, and you will be, or diagonally across, I'm sorry, towards the opposite ball hand, and it'll go through. Diagonally down is more of like a Curry slide escape move. Diagonally across will give you the between the legs that you need as the second move that you can time burst out of. And the third move is just your standard size up escape move right there as well, which obviously is going to be holding right trigger and then flicking the ball diagonally up towards the opposite ball hand. So those are gonna be the 3 moves that you can do this timing burst out of, are your same side hezi, your front cross escape, and your between the legs right there. And as y'all see, you saw I just triggered the timing burst all 3 times out of all 3 of those. So the secret to triggering this timing burst is basically just bursting at the right time. It is very, very simple. You are running just like you always are towards that side. Let's say I do this same side hezi, but then I just run out of it towards the left side. It's the same for a timing burst. It's just about the timing that you do it at. As you do the drill move, as the ball is about to hit the hand, basically, is when you want to burst. When you see the ball about to hit the ball hand, or the hand that you're dribbling to, that's when you want to do the burst. So a little bit earlier than you probably think. You're going to have to adjust to it. It's not perfect, and it's also tough to trigger every single time. Even I mess it up a good amount, and I feel like I'm a pretty solid dribbler, but I get it pretty consistently as well. I'd say I get it 80 to 90% of the time, and it's a very good move to combo in with other stuff, because you can do it off of an escape in the front like that, off of a between the legs, or off the same side. You burst one side and then you same side hezi to the same side. You could burst one side and then go between the legs back to the other side. Like, say I burst this way, but then I want to go back to the left. I messed it up that time, but I could go back to the left like this and change sides basically, which is allowing me to change directions quickly, get effective bursts. I can also burst downhill faster. It's just gonna be faster than trying to run downhill out of this. I burst like same side burst and then go downhill, for example, something like that. Oh, I messed it up, but something like that, and then I get downhill. You see how much quicker I got downhill that time with Steph when I did trigger that timing burst properly than just trying to burst with his normal dribble style. And the thing is, basically everyone except for Kyrie has a bad dribble style when it comes to their burst right now. So MJ and Trae Young are a little bit better, but they're still not great. Kyrie's really the only great one right now. So I would say that this is one of the most important moves in the game to know, because it is the only way to trigger these really good animations with a lot of these players. So, but as soon as right before the ball hits the ball hand that the ball is going towards, so if I'm going from the left hand to the right and I'm going between the legs like that, right before the ball hits the right hand is when I want to start bursting in the direction that I want to go. So obviously, since I'm bursting from left to right there, I'm going to burst towards the right. So I'm bursting towards the ball hand that the ball is going towards. If I do same sided, the ball is going towards the left side. So obviously I'm bursting towards the left side. You can't do this and then get a time burst to the opposite side. It's not going to give you a burst to the opposite side or anything like that. But it's a same side burst, or you go between the legs to that burst, something like that. It's just, it gives you so much more flexibility in terms of shot creation in this game. And I think it's one of the most important moves in all of MyTEAM to understand how to do effectively, because if you can do this move effectively, it will allow you to learn how to chain so many other moves, because then all you have to do is learn things like a misdirection crossover, spamming the misdirection crossover, doing a drag back, combining the escape together, combining multiple escapes, like doing a double escape like I'm doing right here. Learning how to combo is how you're going to become a good dribbler and a good 3-hunter in MyTEAM. And I wouldn't say I'm the best at it, but I think I'm pretty good. And hopefully I can share some of those tips with y'all and allow y'all to have more fun with the game, because it's fun to bomb threes. It's fun to score. It's fun to win with high scoring offense. And yes, the patch that 2K dropped last week, in my opinion, made the game less fun and honestly made it a little bit less skillful when it comes to 3-hunting, because of how they messed with, it seems like, both delay and shooting. But with that being said, the game still, I feel like, does reward skillful dribbling. And this is one of the most skillful dribble moves that you can learn right now. Really one of the only effective ones that will create a lot of separation. And yes, you need the 86 ball handle, like I said, but learning how to do this dribble move is super duper important. Let me just reiterate one more time. 3 moves that you can do the time burst out of. It's going to be this same side hezzy right here, your front escape, your size up escape, and then your between the legs as well. So your momentum size up escape, and then your momentum between the legs. Those are going to be the 3 moves that you can do the time burst out of. And to actually trigger the time burst, you just burst in the direction that the ball is going, or I guess start running with your, you can hold the right stick the whole time, but start running with your, you can hold right trigger, I mean, the whole time, but start running with your left stick towards the side that you want to go as the ball is about to hit the opposite ball hand. It takes a lot of practice. It's something you're not going to get down immediately. I mean, I'm not perfect at it still, kind of like quick stopping and other things, and maybe quick stopping something I'll make a video on soon. But this type of stuff all takes a lot of practice to learn and truly get good at. And dribbling itself is very, very hard. I mean, I'm still not where I want to be this year with dribbling. I didn't even really release a dribble tutorial last year because I never felt as comfortable as I wanted to be with dribbling last year. And like, I wanted to get y'all good dribbling tips, and I hope this helps y'all out. But dribbling's tough. It's going to take practice to learn how to trigger these moves consistently, especially on online latency. Makes it even tougher. But knowing how to do these types of moves will allow you to get much, much better as a shot creator and as an overall player in MyTEAM. So with that being said, that is where I'm going to call the video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.